Fine. So, yeah, tell me one. Leave it. Let's start with our boot camp. Yeah. Okay, fine. So, let me start sharing. So, is my screen shared? Are you guys able to see my screen? Okay, I'm sharing it right now. Okay, fine. So, I think yesterday we have discussed the concept of number theory. Fine. And with number theory, we have discussed how time complexity works and how we will be writing something in naive approach and after that, how I'll be thinking about the optimal approach, right? So, the condition is, sir, is it okay with the time complexity thing? Is it okay with the optimization? Like if something is going in big O of n, and if I would be able to write something in big O of root n, so that वो optimal solution होगा. So the thing is कि time complexity is not this much of constant. Fine, things will be changing, and every change will come up with a different factor, right? So let's start with something with a very new topic, not new, that is linear search. Let me just refresh it once again. So the next topic which we will be starting with is linear search. We won't be giving much time to every single topic, but the topic which is damn important, which have a good amount of variations, we'll be going with that topic, right? So what's searching? So I told you in the on the first day that searching is being done for two reasons. The first reason is to check that is my data available in my data set, and if it is available, what is the position of that data? That is, what is the index of that data or the place of that data? So first I will be getting an acknowledgement that yes, man, your data is present. And if it's not, it will return no. But if it is present, return me the index of that. Return me the position of that. So we are done with the basics of searching, why searching is being required and what we do with search. Right. Now, sir, what is linear search? So we have two basic algorithms for searching. Fine. The first algorithm, so as we all know this thing, every algorithm is having a naive approach, and if something is written in naive approach, there would be something which is the optimal approach for that. That is binary search, right? So linear search is a naive approach. That means it is a brute force approach, and I'm expecting that everyone who is here will be knowing the difference between brute force approach and optimal approach. Fine. A brute force approach is something where you are able to solve the problem. The problem is solved. But sir, what about the time? You must have taken some more amount of time. Second, brute force means visiting to every single pass of your data set. If I have 20 elements in my data set, I will be visiting to every single part of my data set. That means 20 visits will be required. So if I'm visiting to every part of my data set, that means I'm covering the whole data set. That is, if the size of my data set is n, so I'll be covering whole n data set. And to cover n data sets, I will be needing n iterations. And if I need n iterations and my input size is also n, the time complexity is big O of n. So big O of n is something which is a naive approach for me. So basically, sir, if you're saying linear search a naive approach, that means binary search would be taking less time than that. It would be taking, so there will be a time complexity, but it would be less than big O of n. That is, so the time complexity of binary search is big O of n. Sorry, the time complexity of binary search is big O of log n. Let's see how things are working fine and how can we figure out that what is the time complexity of linear search and binary search. Let's start with the basics of searching. First, let's say I have an array and that array is having six elements: 2, 1, 5, 8, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we know this thing. The indexing of my array will start from 0 and the last index will be length minus 1. Right? The element which is at my 0th index is 2 and the element which is at my last index is 4. What I have to do, I will be like, hey man, can you do one thing? Can you just check that is 8 present in my array? And if it is present, please return me the index of 8 in my array. Which means index of 2 is 0, index of 1 is 2, 1, index of 5 is 2, 8 is 3. So what I want the availability of my 8. With that, I want the index of my 8. Makes sense. So what I'll be doing, I'll be using a for loop. And I know one thing, the very first value, the very first index of my array is 0. So I'll start from I is equals to 0. Then for how much for how much iterations I'll be making. So I know one thing, my array has 6 elements. So every element will be checked for once. First zeroth index, then first index, then second index, then third, then fourth, then fifth. Right? So the intuition is I'll be starting my iteration from 0, will go until the last element of my array. I plus plus, because every time if I have checked for 0th index, I'll be moving towards 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But sir, how will I check this thing? How will I check that 8 is present in my array? So let's do one thing. Let's iterate from 0 to the last index of my array. And when I'll be at any element, I'll check is this element equals to 8? If yes, return me the index. And if it doesn't, move ahead. Is my 1 equals to 8? No, it's not. Move ahead. Is my 5 equals to 8? No, it's not. Move ahead. Is my 8 equals to 8? Yes, it is. So what's the current value of my I? The current value of my I will give me the index of 8. Let's start. If at any particular iteration, let's say the name of my array is A double R. If any index of array, so how can I find index? Let's see here. So let's say I have 215834. If I'll be writing array of 1, that means it will return me the element which is present at index number 1. That is 1. If I'll be writing 2, it will give me 5. If I'll be writing 3, it will give me 8. That means the ith value for every iteration will be somehow one of the element of my array. So if any element of my array becomes equals to the value which I'm searching for, my target is equals to 8. If any element of my array becomes equals to target, that means I got my answer. I got this thing that 8 is available in my array. And if so, this I is my answer because this I carries the index of 8 and I'll return I. That's it. But sir, what if I won't be able to find the target element? What if I'm searching for 12 and I don't have 12 in my array? See, 215834. I don't have 12. So in that case, what would I return? In that case, what would be my answer? So if at last you are not able to find any element equals to your target in your array, just return -1. That's it. Guys, give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear with linear search. सबको समझ में आई है? वैभव, प्रियांशु, यश, कथन. Okay, fine. But sir, yeah, Vaibhav, you want to say something?
नो सर वो गलती
Okay,
से
fine.
ट्रेस हो गया था
कोई दिक्कत नहीं. But sir, you just told us that the time complexity of linear search is big of n. How? This 8 is available at the middle index. My answer can also be 2. My answer can also be 5. So in the worst case, let's say the target, the element which you are searching for can be at your last index. Let's say you are searching for 4 and 4 is an element which is at your last index. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be your answer. This 4 will be your answer. That is 2, To get 4, you will have to cover every element of your array. First, you will check for 2, then you will check for 1, then you will check for 5, 8, 3, and 4. And when you will be at the last iteration of your loop, you will get, yes, 4 is present, and the answer is 5. The index is 5. So, in the worst case scenario, the element which you are searching for can be at the last index of your array. So, last index means you have covered the whole array from 0 to n minus 1. So the time complexity is big O of n minus 1. That means big O of n. Give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear on this. How we can get the time complexity of linear search. Fine. If I'll be writing the code, so it won't be taking more than 2 minutes. So the code will be shared with you today. Fine. And I think yesterday we have written some of the codes, right? So that will also be shared. So first, let me just open my online GDP. I'll be giving you the intro because we won't be putting so much of time to linear search because we have to cover the most important pattern of data structures, that is binary search, right? So let me just open my compiler. Let me write everything in Java, right? So let's make a function, and the function will be, so I will be needing the index value, right? And index value is of integer type, right? Index number 1 पे मेरा आंसर है, index number 3 पे है, 5 पे है, 7 पे है, 8 पे है. This 12578 is an integer value. So public int linear search. And I will be needing two parameters. The array in which I'll perform my searching. Second, the target, the element which will be searched. Right? So let's have an array, ARR, and the element which I'm searching for, target. A while loop for int I is equals to 0 will go till the length of my array, that is ARR dot length, and I plus plus. Then I have, if at any particular point of time the element present at my ith index, if it is equal to the target element, that means return I. Otherwise, if I'm not able to find any element, I'll return minus. So run this. Okay, fine. I'll have to pass an array, and this should be starting. Okay, what I did, man, I have to write everything in the main class, and it should be started. Let's run this. Fine. I am getting hello world. Okay, fine. I haven't declared an array. And ARR is equals to, let's pass 2, 6, 3, 4, 8, 1, and 9. And target will be, so the target element will be, let's say I'm searching for 1. Now let's call this function linear search, and it will be asking me two arguments, the name of my array and the element which I'm searching for. Let's run this and see I have the index of 1 as 5. Let's say I'm searching for 6. I have 1. Let's say I'm searching for 9. The last element of my array. So I would be getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So guys, give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear with the code. Like how linear search is working internally. Is it fine? Right. So let's move towards our next topic. That is fine. That is binary search. What's binary search? Is there anyone who knows anything about that? Kathan, Yash, Yanshu, Vapov, anyone who can help me with this? What is binary search? कुछ भी जानते हो थोड़ा बहुत तो बताओ। एनीवन? यार
Sir,
पढ़ाया
it
तो
is a divide and conquer approach.
डिवाइड एंड कॉन्कर अप्रोच।
सर इसमें क्या होता है कि सबसे पहले हमें एरे एरे को सॉर्ट करना होता है, अगर वो सॉर्ट
हम्म
नहीं हो तो उसके बाद
हम्म
हमें उसका मिड निकालना होता है। मिड में हम टारगेट एलिमेंट को देखेंगे कि वो मिड से कम है या ज़्यादा है। अगर
हम्म
मिड से कम है तो हम क्या करेंगे।
So we define a two
हाँ
pointer high or low.
ओके 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 ओके। सो टू पॉइंटर अप्रोच है और उसी के साथ साथ इट इज बेस्ड ऑन डिवाइड एंड कॉन्कर, इज इट?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So let's start. Okay, thank you, Yash. Thank you, Gagan. So we have, let's say, this algorithm is based on divide and conquer approach. Fine. Dividing our whole input into multiple parts, then applying the logic. Fine. So binary search is a two-pointer approach. Fine. Two pointers means, so this is a very famous algorithm. Binary search is famous, but one thing is there which is also famous, that is two pointers approach. Fine. So what's two pointers here? Two pointers means the question will be solved by the help of two variables. Either they will be moving or they will be constant. If they are moving, then also fine. If they are not moving, so there would be certain condition for that. Right. So binary search is a two pointers approach where two variables will be deciding the number of iterations, the number of logics which we would be made. Right. So let's say, so the very first thing which you have to notice in a question, that basically the thing is, the moment when we see a question, we are always into this thing, hey man, let's solve this problem. Let's put our let's put our fingers on the keyboards, right? So basically, how can we recognize this thing? सो बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हम क्वेश्चन देख के समझ ही नहीं पाते हैं कि करना क्या है क्वेश्चन में। क्वेश्चन पढ़ लिया, क्वेश्चन समझ में भी आ गया, अब यही नहीं समझ में आ रहा है करना क्या है क्वेश्चन में। सो विथ डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स वी आर ऑलवेज बीन इनटू दिस डायलेमा दैट सर भाई क्वेश्चन कर रहा है, क्वेश्चन कहता क्या है, और क्वेश्चन समझ में आ गया तो अब डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स कौन सा यूज करना है इसमें, इसमें एल्गोरिथम कौन सा यूज करना है। सो वो जो थिंकिंग है, वो जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो पूरा का पूरा डिपेंड करता है कि डू यू नो द पैटर्न इन विच दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन कम्स। If yes, then only you will be able to solve that problem. Otherwise, you will just be guessing. ये लग सकता है, वो लग सकता है, यहाँ पे यूज हो सकता है। No man, guessing is something which will take more time और आपके पास टाइम नहीं है। So this is the first pattern of data structures. Sir, how will you recognize that this question is from binary search? Let's discuss that first. Let's recognize the problem first. The moment when you will get the shorted word in the question or arranged word in the question, you will always be thinking about binary search. Second, if you will see something like target word in the question or index word in the question, fine, and place word in the question, you will always be thinking about binary search. Third, there will be one thing which will give you the surety of around 50% that man, I'll have to use binary search in this question. If in any question is being written that you have to solve this problem by using big O of log n time complexity, you just have to write an algorithm which takes big O of log n time complexity. You will notice the first point, then the second point, then this notation. That's it. So from now onwards, if you'll be seeing any question and in that question you are able to find the keywords like this, shorted, arranged, target, index, place, big O of log n, you will always be using binary search in this question, in that question. Fine. So let's start with, sir, what is a binary search? So first of all, this algorithm is based on an array which is shorted. Shorted means in 95% of the cases, in 95% of the problems of data structures, you will always be seeing the shorted condition in ascending order. So if I just said you that hey, your array is shorted, so वहां पे तुरंत ये मान लेना कि वो array shorted है ascending order. Fine. Ascending order में होता है, but यार 95% of cases में we are always going with ascending order. Right? छोटे से बड़ा मैनेज करना is much more easy than बड़े से छोटा मैनेज करना. Fine. So let's say I have an array and that array is sorted. And to use binary search, the basic condition is we have to we need a sorted array. But after a certain amount of problems, you will get to know this thing that it's not necessary to have sorted array every time. You can also use binary search in unsorted array also. Fine. So let's start with the binary search. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And let's say I have to search 10 in my array. Fine. So I will be needing the index of 10, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I would be doing this question with linear search, I would end up making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iterations because my answer is at the last index. So I would be making 5 iterations. Let's count how much iterations my binary search would make. Right. Let's start. In this algorithm, you will always be needing two pointers. The first pointer, which will be called as low or start, it's up to you. I prefer low, which will be at the zeroth index of your array. Then I have the high pointer, which will be at the last index of your array, that is array dot length minus 1. Then what you will be doing every time, you will be calculating the middle value. Middle value means every time you will be dividing your whole array into two different parts. This will become 2, 4. This will become 8, 10. And every time you will be dividing your whole array into two equal parts, and you won't be finding in every single thing. You won't be finding any sequence, because if you follow sequence, you will end up writing that algorithm in big of n, right? So I'll be coming on that. So every time you will be finding the low pointer and the high pointer. So initially your low pointer will be at zeroth index and high pointer will be at the last index. Fine. For the first time, you will be calculating your mid. Mid will be equals to low plus high by 2. Obvious सी बात है, 1 और 5 का mid क्या आएगा? 1 plus 5 by 2. That is 3. Right? So mid will be equals to low plus high by 2, and that will comes out to be my low is 0, my high is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0 plus 4 by 2. That will give me 2. My first middle value is 2. Now I'll check the element which is at my middle index. Is it equals to my target? Is my 6? So 2 means 0, 1 and 2. Is my 6 equals to target? Is my 6 equals to 10? No, it's not. The element which I got at my middle index is not equals to my target. What does it mean? It means now I'll be deciding in which part my answer will lie. Now tell me one thing. I got 6 and 6 is less than 10. Can I just say one thing? In the next iteration, I will be needing a value greater than 6 because 6 is less than 10. So in the next iteration, I will be needing a value which is greater than 6. अब एक बात बताओ, if my array is sorted, so in which part I will be getting a value greater than 6? Right part or left part? Say me. In which part I'll be getting a value greater than 6? In the right part or in the left part? In the right part. Okay, fine. That means my 10 is greater than 6 and my 10 will lie in the right part of 6. That means to move in the right, my low pointer, which was initially at 2, I'll have to put it at 8, so that my low will be here, my high will be here, and I'll be able to search in this particular part. Guys, say me yes or no if I'm being clear on this. Why I put my low pointer after mid? Everyone,
Yes, sir,
Kasran,
clear.
Babov, everyone.
एंड सर ये तो हम लोग ने थ्योरी में पढ़ चुके हैं फिर तो ये इतना तो
हाँ, ठीक है. So when I will be needing a value greater than my mid, I'll be putting my low at mid plus 1. Second, when I'll be needing a value less than middle, I will be moving towards the left part of my array. And to move towards left part, I'll update my high with mid minus 1. इतना तो पता होगा सबको आराम से. Is it? सबको पता होगा ये चीज. Why low will be equals to mid plus 1, high will be equals to mid minus 1. Fine. So why this takes big O of log n? That's important. Why it goes in big O of log n? Fine. Let's see. You have an array and you are dividing your array into two equal parts. Fine. And every divided part will be divided into two equal parts individually. So n by 2 will become n by 4 and n by 4, n by 4, n by 4. Right? And this n by 4 will be divided into n by 8, n by 8, and so on. Fine. So if you'll notice one thing, every time you are dividing your current input into equal parts. So this is called as divide and conquer relationship. So dividing your current input into different parts to get a solution, that approach is being called as divide and conquer approach. Fine. Now, what about the time complexity, sir? So if you'll notice one thing, when I was explaining time complexity to you, I just said one thing, that if your input is getting multiplied or divided by any number, the time complexity will tends to be go of log n. And the number by which it's getting divided, that will be the base of that log. Right? So I have n by 2. So the thing is, for the first time it will become n by 2, then it will become n by 4, n by 8, n by 16, and so on. If you'll notice one thing, it is following a pattern of n upon 2 to the power k. K can be any value. K can be the number of iterations. K can be the number of times your array is getting divided. The number of times your array is getting divided until you found your answer. Otherwise, you found this thing that my answer is not present in that array. So what will be the base condition? What will be the condition which will be the least value for you? Let's say you have an array whose length is 1. So the element which you are searching for, if that is your element, so it will return 1. Are you getting my point? So what's 1 means? Let's say I have an array that is 5 and I'm already searching for 5. In this case, I'll be getting my answer in a single run. That means I'm making a big O of one time complexity. Basically, the element which you're searching for, you're getting the element in the first iteration. If the size of your array is 1, that means you'll be getting something as 1. वही आपका आंसर है. प्रोग्रामिंग में इफ अगर एक बार में आंसर मिल जाता है, that process is being called as big O of one time complexity. If the size of your array is 1, that means that is your answer. So my base condition would be that there would be a case where the size of my array is 1, so I would be getting 1 as the number of iteration. That means there would be a point when this n by 2k will points to 1. Let's solve this relation. N will be here 2 to the power k was dividing here. So when I'll be moving it here, it will get multiplied. N is equals to 2 to the power k. Now I'll be putting log from both sides. Log of n is equals to log of 2 to the power k. And for log, if something is in the power, so that comes as the front with multiplication. Log of n is equals to k log 2. And if we'll calculate the value of log 2 is 1. That means log n is equals to k. So k represents a number of iterations, that is k is equals to log n. So I got the time complexity of binary search as 12. Guys, give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear with binary search and how I got big O of log n as the time complexity. Vaibhav, Kathan, everyone, Priyanshu. Are you guys clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Fine, fine, fine. Now let's start with something very basic, very basic. That is, let's open this problem. Then I'll be sharing around 4 problems and we'll be solving those problems here. I'll be giving you the pseudo code, fine, and you'll be writing the code by yourself. Then I'll be sharing the code, right? Let me just log in. सबके पास लीड कोड का अकाउंट है? ओके फाइन. यश, आपको तो जानता हूँ मैं.
Yes, sir.
प्रियांशु, आपका अकाउंट है लीड कोड पे?
Yes, sir. Yes.
ओके फाइन. Why it's asking for my
एक ही जगह nums होगा ना डिफरेंट.
ओके फाइन फाइन फाइन, आई गॉट दैट. वो तुम करेक्ट कर लेते बाद में, नो इशू.
सर
Sir,
डन
screen-
हो गया.
व्हाट व्हाट हैपेंड, क्या कह रहे थे?
सर हो गया कोड.
Okay, fine. So I have, let's say if at any particular point of time my middle element is equals to target, I'll return mid. Otherwise, if it is less than target, that means in the next iteration, I will be needing a higher value. And to get a higher value, I'll move towards the right part of my array. Otherwise, if it is not equals to my target, if it is not if it is not uh, less than target, that means it's greater than target. So let's say I'm searching for 9 and I get 12. So 12 is greater than 9. In the next iteration, I will be needing a lesser value than 12. And to get a lesser value, I'll have to move towards the left part of my array. And to move towards the left, I will be equals to mid minus 1. That's it. And sir, there would be a possibility the element which you are searching for cannot be available in your array. Let's say I'm searching for 50 and I have only -1, 0, 3, 5, 9, 12. I would end up getting no answer. So in that case, let's say I'm searching for an element which is not present in my array. So in that case, I'll return -1. That's it. Let's run this now. We submitted. Okay, fine. That's it. Give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear with this. फाइन। सबने लिख लिया, सबका सबमिट हो गया। कथन, यश, सबका सबमिट हो गया। ओके फाइन। नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ सम स्टैंडर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ बाइनरी सर्च, राइट? Now go on your lead code and write square root of x. Open this question for me. Take 2 minutes, read this question, and any of you will explain me this question first. I don't want the optimal approach. I don't want you to solve it by using any particular algorithm. I just want to know the intuition and what this question says, right? So, yes, you will help me in that. Are you here?
हाँ सर।
Okay, fine. Take 2 minutes, buddy, and explain me this question. बाकी सब भी पढ़िए क्वेश्चन को। आई एम शेयरिंग दिस क्वेश्चन इन द चैट बॉक्स एज वेल। अच्छा, जूम दी स्क्रीन। फाइन। यश।
हाँ सर, इसमें वही स्क्वायर रूट निकालना है।
ओके।
लेकिन ये बाइनरी सर्च से कैसे सॉल्व होगा ये पता नहीं चल रहा सर।
बाइनरी सर्च से कैसे होगा ये पता नहीं लग रहा है। चलो वो हटाओ यश। तुम्हारे दिमाग में अभी कौन सा सोल्यूशन आ रहा है? अभी तुम्हें क्या लग रहा है कि क्या कर सकता हूँ मैं?
नहीं सर, कुछ नहीं आ रहा सर।
Okay, fine. Anyone? Kathan, Vaibhav?
यस सर।
कुछ समझ में आ रहा है क्या करना है क्या इस क्वेश्चन में?
यस सर। सर
Yes.
अपने को है ना मतलब जो इंट एक्स जो है नॉन नेगेटिव इंटीजर गिवन है क्वेश्चन में,
Mm-hmm.
एक्चुअली निकालना है एक्स का स्क्वायर रूट। तो सर जो इंटीजर है मतलब जो अपन बाइनरी सर्च में जो मिड डिफाइन करेंगे
Mm-hmm.
उसका स्क्वायर स्क्वायर रूट निकालना है। मतलब जो मिड की वैल्यू लेंगे अपन लो प्लस हाई बाय 2,
Mm-hmm.
उसका मिड 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 की वैल्यू निकालनी है, मतलब मिड इंटीजर निकालना है।
Mid into middle निकालना है. तो
यहाँ
basically,
तक
can I just say one thing? कि we just have to find the square root of a number. That's it.
यस सर।
ये तो बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है.
जो एक्स गिवन है सर।
हाँ. तो कथन एंड यश ये तो बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है यार. इस
नहीं
क्वेश्चन को तो मुझे देना ही नहीं चाहिए था. इज इट?
सर बाइनरी सर्च में एरे लगता है ना, तो इसमें तो एक ही नंबर है।
अब ध्यान से देखो क्यों मैं इस क्वेश्चन में बाइनरी सर्च लगा रहा हूँ. पहले मैं बताऊंगा क्यों और फिर मैं बताऊंगा कैसे. राइट. चलो पकड़ लेते हैं 4 को. प्लीज ध्यान देना. So there is a number which has been given to you as an input, that is x. X can be 8, x can be 4, x can be 16, and x can be 22. Right. So what you have to do, you just have to find the square root of the number which has been given to you. Right. So let's move on. The square root of 8 is 2 point something. Am I right? The square root of 8 is 2 point something, but you just have to give me the lower bound value. So 2 point something is 2. And here this question becomes a damn good question. Why? Because you don't have to return the square root. You don't have just to return the square root. You will also have to return the lowest bound value. So the square root of 8 is 2.8284. But I will be needing the lowest integer value for that. Find the floor value for that. So the square root of 4 is 2. That's fine. But the square root of 8 is also 2 because 2.8284 की floor value 2 होती है. If I would be having 3.4, I would be writing 3. If I would be having 4.8, 4.7 or 4.6, I will be writing 4 for that. So in this question, you have to do two things. The first thing is you just have to find the square root of a number. Second, if the given number is not a perfect square, return me the lowest possible square root value. And in the question itself, it's been written that you cannot use any inbuilt or exponent functions or operators to solve this question. So we have one thing like अगर किसी भी नंबर के पावर 0.5 लगा दोगे तो you will be able to get the square root. You will be able to get the square root value of that. Second, we have different functions. We have a function called mat dot square root. आप उससे निकाल सकते हो, उससे चेक कर सकते हो. But you don't have to use those functions. For example, do not use power functions, right? So, sir, how can we write this thing in big O of log n? And why we are writing the approach of this problem in big O of log n? क्यों कर रहे हैं? इस क्वेश्चन को तो आराम से big O of n में कर सकते हैं. इस क्वेश्चन को क्यों कर रहे हैं log n में? उसका रीजन ये है. Now you will get to know that why we are solving this question in big O of log n. यहाँ पे कुछ लिखा हुआ है. इसको कॉपी करता हूं मैं. And let me copy this. Let me open it here. Let me just paste it here. दिस इज 2 to the power 31 minus 1, ठीक है? तो कंफ्यूज मत। So this is my constant. Sir, how will I get to know this thing when I have to write an algorithm in big O of n, big O of log n, or big O of n square? Like, how would I get to know this thing? Now, see here. In the worst case scenario, the number which has been given to you can be 2 to the power 31, which is a very big number. If I'll be writing the approach in big O of n, that means I would end up making 2 to the power 31 iterations, which is more than 10 to the power 9. Sir, why you are writing 10 to the power 9? Because 10 to the power 9 is the at max value of integer. That means I cannot write an approach in big O of n, because in the worst case, the number which has been given to me can be this much of large, which is 2 to the power 31. And 2 to the power 31 is a very big number. It's damn big number. I cannot write it in big O of n. The second thing, sir, if we cannot write this thing in big O of n, can we write this approach in big O of root n? Let's find. So in the worst case scenario, the number can be 2 to the power 31. Let's find out the root of 10 to the 2 to the power 31, which will be around 2 to the power 15.5. And sir, if you'll calculate it, it's still greater than 10 to the power 9. That means we cannot write this approach in big O of root 10 also. तो सर बचा क्या हमारे पास? We cannot write the algorithm in big O of n. We cannot write the algorithm in big O of root n. So सर बचा क्या हमारे पास? बचा ना हमारे पास. That is big O of log n. अब ध्यान से देखो. In the worst case scenario, the number which has been given to me can be 2 to the power 31. अब आप एकदम आराम से निकालो log of 2 to the power 31 base 2 की value. Because if I would be using binary search, I would be dividing my given input into two parts. So if my input is getting multiplied or divided by any number, fine. So the time complexity will tends to log n, and the number by which it's getting divided, that will be the base of my log. Now let's find that.
Sir, 1.
How much? That is 31. That is 31. That means if I would be writing this algorithm in big O of log n, if I would be writing it in big O of n, I would end up making 2 to the power 31 iterations in the worst case. Then 2 to the power 15.5 iterations in big O of root n case. But when I have written it in big O of log n, I'm only making 31 iterations. Just 31 iterations. Now tell me guys, which one is the optimal approach? Yash, Kathan and Vaibhav. Which one is the optimal approach?
Log n.
Log n.
Log n.
And I just told you that which algorithm takes big O of log n time complexity? Binary search. But this much of information is
Yes.
not sufficient for me. The algorithm is being written in big O of log n, and log n, a binary search takes log n. So I got 80% of confirmation that I have to use binary search in this question. But what about But what about the remaining 20%? Now see here, as just Yash said that sir, we don't have array here, we don't have sorted array here, we don't have sorted condition here. सर कैसे निकालेंगे बाइनरी सर्च, कैसे लगाएंगे बाइनरी सर्च? अब देखो यहाँ पे, let's say I have 4 and the square root of 4 is 2. Fine. That means every time I'll be finding the square root of a number. That means if 2 is the square root of 4, that means अगर मैं 2 को 2 से ही multiply कर दूं, I would end up getting 4. If any number is a square root of any number, if I'll multiply that number with itself, I'll get that number, right? So eventually what I'm doing, I'm multiplying every number to check that is it equals to my target, is it equals to my element whose square root needs to be calculated. 3 into 3, 4 into 4, 5 into 5, 6 into 6, 7 into 7, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. कुछ notice किया? Have you guys noticed something? Kathan, Yash, Vaibhav. I don't have a sorted array, but I do have a sequence which is sorted. Are you getting my point? Yash, Kathan, and Vaibhav.
Yes, sir.
This is how you will think about the problem. Now you can apply binary search in this question. Your low pointer will be initially at 1 because 1 is the lowest value. And your high pointer will be that number whose square root you will be calculating. That is 4. That's it. And every time you will be calculating the middle value. So the middle of 1 and 4 is 2. The middle which you got just now is 2. Now what you will be doing? You will be multiplying your middle with middle to check that is it equals to my target, that is x. Your x is 4 and middle into middle will give you 4. That means middle is the answer. So I'll return mid as my answer. That's it. Say me yes or no if you got my point.
Yes, sir.
Have you got my point? Is it? But what if, sir, the number which I'm searching for is not a perfect square? Let's say I'm searching for 8. 8 is not a perfect square, right? So for 8, I would be getting, for 8, I would be getting 2.84 something. But sir, I will be needing 2 only. Then how can I solve this? How can I find this? So every time, let's say you are finding for 8. You are finding the square root of 8. Your x is equals to 8. Fine. So the lowest value, the low pointer will be at 1 and the high pointer will be at the number which your whose square root needs to be calculated. Fine. So for the first time, I'll be calculating my mid. That is 1 plus 8 by 2. I'll get 4. Fine. So now I'll check, is my 4 into 4 equals to 8? 16 equals to 8? No, it's not. That means 16 is greater than 8. That means in the next iteration, I would be needing a value lesser than 16. And to get a value greater than lesser than 16, I'll put my high as mid minus 1. Fine. So my high would become, mid was 4, 4 minus 1, that is 3. So now my low is at 1 and my high is at 3. Let's calculate the middle value again. 1 plus 3 by 2 will give me mid equals to 2. Let's calculate. Is my 2 into 2 equals to 8? No, it's not. 4 is not equals to 8. But please be careful on this point. Can I just say one thing? This 2 can be one of my lowest answer. Yash, Kathan and Dhiman. If
Uh,
if 2 into 2 is equals to 4 and 4 is less than 8, that means this 2 can be one of my lowest square root value. If 8 would not be a perfect square. Say me yes or no. If 4 is less than 8, that means 2 can be one of the lowest square root value. If 8 would be a number which is not a perfect square. Say me yes or no, Kathan, Yash and Vaibhav. समझ में आई ये चीज?
यस सर।
पक्का समझ में आई है? यश आपको समझ में आया?
हाँ हाँ सर हाँ
Fine.
सर
So yeah,
सर सर ये 4 इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू 8, ये वाला एक बार फिर से समझाइए ना।
yeah, sure, man. The middle is 2. The middle is 2, right? So I'll be calculating middle into middle. That will be equals to 4. Fine. But 4 is not equals to
यस
8. But 4 is less than 8. That means if 2 would be a square root value, if 2 would be a square root value, 2 into 2 will be a value which is less than 8. That means अगर 8 perfect
ओके
square
सर।
नहीं होता है, तो this 2 can be the lowest square root value for me. क्या पता आगे जाके और
यस
आगे जाके 8 से छोटी वैल्यूज और कोई भी दे दे, फिर उसको अपडेट कर देंगे. बट फॉर नाउ 2 कैन बी द लोवेस्ट स्क्वायर रूट वैल्यू. मतलब मुझे 2 को स्टोर करके रखना पड़ेगा. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
यस
दैट्स हाउ ये द प्रॉब्लम इज सॉल्व्ड. If mid into mid is equals to
ओके
target, return mid. If mid into mid is greater than target, high is equals to mid minus 1. And if mid into mid is less than target, store the mid.
लो
And
इक्वल्स टू
yeah,
मिड
and
प्लस
do
1।
the things again and again. Give me a thumbs up, Yash, Vaibhav, and Kathan if you guys are done with it. आपको समझ में आ गया कि करना क्या है? यश, अब समझ में आया आपको कि एरे शॉर्टेड नहीं गिवन था, लेकिन कैसे हमने चेक किया कि ये सॉल्व होगा बाइनरी सर्च से.
हाँ सर सर क्या आप एक बार 9 को लेकर यही बताएंगे एक मिनट.
ओके फाइन, आइए यहाँ पे करते हैं. मेरे पास x इज इक्वल टू 9. 9 कह रहे हैं ना आप? फाइन.
हाँ सर
लेट्स स्टार्ट. चलो एक काम करते हैं, लो पॉइंटर को एक कदम और छोटा करते हैं. Let's put it at 0 and my high pointer will be at 9. Make sense? For the first time, I'll calculate my middle value. The first middle value will be 0 plus 9 by 2. That is 4.5, which is 4. Now, I'll check, is my 4 square root of 9? But how? If my 4 into 4 is equal to 16 and 16 is not equals to 9. But sir, 16 is greater than 9. 16 is greater than 9. That means in the next iteration, I would be needing a value less than 16. And to get a value less than 16, high will be equals to mid minus 1. That means high is equals to 4 minus 1. That is 3. Now my low is 1, low is 0 and high is 3. Fine. Let's calculate the middle value. 0 plus 3 by 2 will give me 1. 1.5 आएगा, but I'll be taking 1, right? So the next middle value is 1, right? Let's calculate. 1 into 1 is equals to 1 and it is less than 9. That means 1 can be my possible answer. So I'll store my 1 in answer variable, that is 1, right? So 1 is less than 9. That means in the next iteration, I would be needing a value greater than 1. And to get a value greater than 1, I'll be moving towards right part. Low is equals to mid plus 1. That means low will be equals to 1 plus 1. That becomes 2. So my low is 2 and my high is 3. Let's find the middle value. The middle value will be 2 plus 3 by 2. That becomes 2. Again, 2 into 2 is equals to 4. But 4 is not equals to 9. 4 is less than 9. That means 2 can be my possible answer. 2 can be the possible lowest value. So I'll update my answer with 2. But 4 is less than 9. So in the next iteration, I'll be needing a higher value. So low will be equals to mid plus 1. Fine. That is low will be equals to 2 plus 1. That is 3. Now my low is 3 and my high is also 3. Let's find the middle value. 3 plus 3 by 2 will give me 3. My middle is 3 and middle into middle is equals to 9. Yes, I got my answer. So I'll return middle. So, yes, am I clear?
हाँ सर सही।
ओके फाइन. अब फटाक से कोड लिखते हैं इसका एंड आप देखो कैसे लिख रहा हूँ. फाइन. The very first thing which I'll be needing a low pointer which will be initially at 0 and a high pointer which will be initially at x. एंड एक आंसर नाम का वेरिएबल ले लेते हैं जिसमें I'll be storing the lowest square root possible value. Fine. My low should be always less than equals to high. And the first middle value is low plus. So low plus high by 2 can give me a very higher value. So let's say low is 10 to the power 3 and high is 10 to the power 12. So I would end up getting a very higher value. So let's just segregate it. I can also write low plus high by 2 as low plus high minus low by 2. Fine. If middle into middle is equals to target, not target, x, then middle is your answer. Fine. Now, but sir, I have used a variable and I cannot return two things at a single time. So let's do one thing. Let's store this middle into our answer variable and return this answer so that it won't hamper my second answer. Fine. And if middle into middle is greater than x, that means in the next iteration, I will be needing a lesser value. And to get a lesser value, I will be equals to mid minus 1. Else, if my mid into mid is not equals to x, if my mid into mid is not greater than x, then that means my mid into mid is less than x. So in the else case, I'll be writing, so that current mid can be my possible lowest value. I'll store it in my answer and I'll update my low pointer with mid plus 1 because I'll be needing a higher value. And at last, I'll return this answer as my total answer. That's it. That's it. Guys, give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear on that. Kathan, Yash, and Vapo. Am I clear? What I've written, am I clear with that? Kya ho, Vapo? Is it fine? Okay, fine. बट अब अगर मैं इसको सबमिट करने जाऊंगा तो मेरे पास एक एरर आएगा. रॉन्ग आंसर. बड़ी वैल्यूज के लिए ये दे रहे हैं मुझे एरर. फाइन. लेट्स सी What's the mistake? Okay, fine. So mid into mid, if my mid is a very bigger value, so mid into mid can give me integer overflow error. Fine. So let's convert it into long. It's accepted, right? So copy this code and submit it. Fine. And see it's working or not. Guys, am I clear how we have to think about this approach? How things would be working, right?
हाँ सर.
The next question is find peak element, and this question is an exception where we will be using binary search in unsorted array. I'm sharing you the question. To take 2 minutes and read this question. क्या करना है एग्जैक्टली जो भी तुम्हें समझ में आया अपने वर्ड्स में जो भी तुमको समझ में आया है वो समझाओगे अपने वर्ड्स में कथन यश यमन कोई भी
हाँ सर, इसमें क्या करना है कि हमें पीक एलिमेंट निकालना है, मतलब ऐसा एलिमेंट जिसके दोनों तरफ लेफ्ट एंड राइट साइड से वो एलिमेंट ज़्यादा हो, मतलब ग्रेटर हो.
ओके फाइन दूसरा क्वेश्चन यश इस क्वेश्चन में बाइनरी सर्च लगेगा बट क्यों
सर क्योंकि हम ना इसमें कंपेयर कर रहे हैं दो एलिमेंट को, तो अ, वही कि बाइनरी सर्च में टू पॉइंटर अप्रोच लगता है, तो हम
हम्म
दो दो एलिमेंट को कंपेयर कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे से.
आप समझो बात को इस क्वेश्चन को बोलते हैं मॉडिफाइड बाइनरी सर्च का क्वेश्चन जिसमें आप बाइनरी सर्च का के एल्गोरिथम का तो यूज करते हो बट उसका एग्जैक्ट एल्गोरिथम कॉपी नहीं करते हो आप उसमें कुछ बदलाव करके उसको यूज करते हो फॉर दिस रीजन इट्स बीइंग कॉल्ड एज modified binary search question yes are you getting my point kathan dhiman are you getting my point
यस सर.
आप बाइनरी सर्च का एल्गोरिथम यूज तो कर रहे हो बडी बट आप उसमें चेंजेस करके उसका यूज कर रहे हो फॉर दिस रीजन इट्स बीइंग कॉल्ड एज modified binary search problem right next part why we are using binary search in this question because anyhow I'm comparing the elements on the basis of their quantity if something is greater if something is lesser if something is equal right equality less than greater than it's this phenomena these operations often comes into binary search but this confirmation is about 20% right the confirmation is about 20% but what about the rest 80% fine the 80% confirmation is just because of this guy that is you must write an algorithm that runs in big O of log n time complexity you have to write something which tends to a complexity of big O of log n. That's it. That's why I'm thinking about binary search because the comparison thing and log n time complexity thing is a part of binary search, right? Give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear on this, why I'm using binary search in this question. Let me copy this. और क्वेश्चन में दिया हुआ है एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट पे माइनस इन्फिनिटी है एंड एक्सट्रीम राइट पे माइनस इन्फिनिटी है। दैट सिंपली मीन्स 4 के राइट में सबसे छोटी वैल्यू है और 1 के राइट में सबसे छोटी वैल्यू है। तो दिस लास्ट एलिमेंट कैन आल्सो बी द पीक एलिमेंट अगर इनका राइट और इसका लेफ्ट वाला कंडीशन फुलफिल हो जाए। So let me just pick this set of elements. Just copy it here. Fine. 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 6, 4. So first of all, let's just understand what is a peak element. What is peak? Fine. So peak का मतलब क्या है? Let's say I'm into tracking and there's a mountain which is the peak of the whole mountains and the range can be X meters from sea level. Right. If this point is the peak point, that simply means the mountains which will be, give me a moment. That means if this part is my peak part, if this is my peak point, that means the height of every other mountains around it will be less than this point. And to the right of it, every mountain will be less than this point. That's why this point will be called as a peak point. So what's peak? If this is my peak element, the left element to the two of it should be less than that, and the right element of it should be less than that. That's it. That means if 6 is my peak element, so to the left of 6, 5 is there, and to the right of 6, 4 is there. So 5 is also less than 6, and 4 is also less than 6. So we have to find an element which is a peak element. That means the adjacent element to the left of it and to the right of it should be less than the current element. Guys, give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear with the question, like what we have to do exactly. Everyone, yes, fine. But how can I find a peak element with binary search? We won't be doing anything. My low pointer will be at 0. My high pointer will be at the last index. I'll be using a while loop, but this time low will always be less than high. I won't be having this equality symbol because my middle element will not be my answer. My middle element will be a part which will tell me that is it greater than the next one or the previous one. This time I don't have to return the answer. I don't have to return the answer. I don't have to return the exact searched element. I'm not searching anything. I'm not searching the peak element. I'm not searching the index of that peak element. I'm just following the concept of binary search here. Fine. So it will be less than high. Then I'll be calculating the middle value. Low plus high by 2. Fine. My low is 0 and my high is, let's say in this case, I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 plus 6 by 2 would be 3. Right? The first middle value which I got is 3. Fine. And now I'll check the element which is at the middle index, is it greater than the next one? If this is my mid, can I just say one thing? If my mid is greater than mid plus 1, if my mid is greater than mid plus 1, that means this mid can be a peak element and the right condition is true. Guys, say me yes or no. If my mid is greater than mid plus 1, that means my mid can be a peak element because it is greater than to the right of it. Now I just have to see the left portion of that. So if your mid is greater than mid plus 1, you will be moving towards the left part of your array because the right condition is true. Now you have to go with the left condition. And to move in the left, this time you won't be writing mid minus 1. You will be writing mid. Why? Why? Because in the case of normal binary search, if your middle is not equals to target, that means this guy is not needed in the story anymore. Just move in the left part and search for the excluded middle part. But this time, this guy can also be in the story. This can also be the peak element so that I'll have to preserve my mid. So for this reason, I'm putting my high pointer at mid. But what if your mid is less than mid plus 1? That means this time, this mid plus 1 can be a peak element because it is greater than the left element. Say me yes or no. If your mid is less than mid plus 1, so your mid plus 1 can be a peak element because it is greater than the left element of it. So if the left condition is getting fulfilled, I'll move in the right part of my array. That is, low is equals to mid plus 1. And I'll keep doing this thing until I get a violation. This question is from violation in binary search. That means जहां पे भी मेरा बाइनरी सर्च का एल्गोरिथम फेल होगा, मुझे वहां पे मेरा आंसर मिले। फेल होने का मतलब लो इज ऑलवेज लेस देन हाई। अगर मैं किसी भी तरीके से मेरा लो या तो हाई के इक्वल हो जाए या तो हाई से बड़ा हो जाए, मतलब द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ माई बाइनरी सर्च इज फेल्ड। माई लो पॉइंटर शुड बी लेस देन माई हाई पॉइंटर। अगर ये किसी तरह लो या हाई के लो और हाई आपस में इक्वल हो जाए या फिर लो becomes greater than high, that means I got the violation in my binary search approach. जब भी ऐसा होगा, लो पॉइंटर जहां पे भी होगा वो आपका आंसर है। Now let's dry run this. I have 1 2 1 3 5 6 4. My low pointer is at 0. My high pointer is at 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. The first middle value which I get is 3. The index number 3 is 0 1 2 3. Now tell me, is my 3 greater than 5? Is my mid greater than mid plus 1? No, it's not. My mid is less than mid plus 1. That means this 5 can be a peak element because इसके left में इससे एक छोटी value है. Now let's move to the right part of my array. And to move in the right part, I will be doing low is equals to mid plus 1. That is, low is equals to 3 plus 1. That is 4. Now my low is 4 and my high is 6. I'll find the middle value once again. The middle value will be equals to 4 plus 6 by 2. That is 10 by 2. That is 5. The next middle value is 5. I'm at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at 6. I'm at 6. Fine. Now I'll check. Is my 6 greater than 4? Yes, it is. My mid is greater than mid plus 1. That means this 6 can be an answer. And if the right condition is fulfilled, let's move towards the left part of my array. And to move towards left, my high will be equals to mid. That means my high is 5 and my low was initially 4. Again, find the middle value. 4 plus 5 by 2 will give me 4. 4.5 will be 4. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 5. Is my 5 greater than 6? No, it's not. That means this 6 can be a peak element. The left part is true. Let's move towards the right part. And the moment when you'll be doing low is equals to mid plus 1, low will becomes equals to 4 plus 1, that is 5. अब ध्यान से देखो, आपका हाई भी 5 हो गया और आपका लो भी 5 हो गया, जो कि नहीं होना था. लो शुड बी ऑलवेज लेस देन हाई. ना ही लो हाई के इक्वल होना था और ना ही लो हाई से बड़ा होना था. But I got a violation in the approach of binary search. That is, low becomes equals to high. और जहां पे भी आपका लो पॉइंटर है 5, वो आपका आंसर है. अब ध्यान से देखो, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ये 6 ही तो आपका आंसर है. 5 रिटर्न कर दो and 5 is your answer. Give me a thumbs up if I'm being clear on this. How the violation binary search works. आपको मैजिक लग रहा होगा, बट मैन दिस इज नॉट मैजिक. दिस इज जस्ट अ प्रैक्टिस, अ गुड प्रैक्टिस. दैट्स इट. यश, वैभव, एम आई क्लियर? आप दोनों को क्लियर है ये अप्रोच?
सर सर सुनिए ना, एक बार फिर से थोड़ा समझाएंगे, थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो गया मैं.
ओके फाइन. ये वाला ले लूं, 1 2 1 3 5 6 4.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Initially my low pointer will be at 0 and my high pointer will be at last index, that is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. अगर मिड प्लस 1 से बड़ा है तो राइट कंडीशन ट्रू है, लेफ्ट में जाओ और लेफ्ट में जाने के लिए हाई को कर दो मिड पे. और अगर ये उल्टा है, मतलब मिड प्लस 1 कैन बी ए पीक एलिमेंट, मिड छोटा है तो लो की वैल्यू मिड प्लस 1 कर दो राइट में जाने के लिए. द फर्स्ट मिडल वैल्यू विच आई गेट इज इक्वल्स टू 3. 0 1 2 3. Is my 3 greater than 5? No, it's not. That means 5 is greater than 3. That means this can be a peak element. The left condition is true. So let's move in the whole right part of our array. And to move in the right, low will be equals to mid plus 1. That is, low will be equals to 3 plus 1. That is 4. And my high is still 6. The second middle value will be 4 plus 6 by 2. That will give me 5. The next middle value is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is my 6 greater than 4? Yes, it is. That means 6 can be a peak element. Move the control to the left part of your array. And to move in the left, high will be equals to mid. So high will be equals to 5 because my mid was 5 and my low is still 4. Again, find the middle value. Middle will be equals to 4 plus 5 by 2. That is 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. Is my 5 greater than 6? No, it's not. But 6 is greater than 5. That means left part is true. Move in the right. And to move in the right, low will be equals to mid plus 1. Low will be equals to 4 plus 1. That becomes 5. अब ध्यान से देखो, तुम्हारा लो भी 5 हो गया और तुम्हारा हाई भी 5 हो गया, जो कि नहीं होना था. लो शुड बी ऑलवेज लेस देन हाई, बट अब दोनों ही 5 हो गए हैं. इसका मतलब ये है, बाइनरी सर्च के केस में वॉइलेशन आ गया. और वॉइलेशन का मतलब मेरा लो पॉइंटर जहां पे भी होगा वो मेरा आंसर है. देखो ध्यान से, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 मेरा पीक एलिमेंट है. देख लो, 4 और 5. 5 इज माई आंसर विच इज द इंडेक्स ऑफ 6. दैट्स इट गाइस. ऐसे सोचना है, ऐसे अप्रोच करना है किसी भी प्रॉब्लम के लिए. दैट्स इट. एम आई मेकिंग सेंस नाउ? कोड लिख लोगे खुद से? एक बार ट्राई करो, 5 मिनट लो, खुद से ट्राई करो एक बार. अदरवाइज फिर मैं तो बताऊंगा ही. एक बार ट्राई करो, कहीं से कॉपी नहीं करना है. फाइन.
सर
या
सर इसमें हाई n-1 ले लूँ ना?
हाँ बिल्कुल, हाई हमेशा वहीं पे रहे।
ओके सर।
कितना टाइम ले रहे हो यार? कथन, यश, क्या हुआ?
नहीं सर, हो गया सर।
स्क्रीन शेयर
सर हो गया सर।
स्क्रीन शेयर करोगे? पहले यश फिर कथन। यश, आर यू शेयरिंग?
एक मिनट सर। हेलो सर, स्क्रीन दिख रही है?
हाँ, दिख रही दिख रही। वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। ठीक है। सो आई एम शेयरिंग फ्यू क्वेश्चंस विथ यू गाइस। और वो क्वेश्चंस मैं एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि आप पूरा ट्राई करके आएंगे, पूरे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करके आएंगे। मैं सिर्फ इतना ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, मैं सिर्फ इतना एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ कि आप एटलीस्ट ये समझ के आओगे इस क्वेश्चन में होगा क्या। सो पहला क्वेश्चन आपके लिए ये रहा। फटाफट कॉपी करते जाओ और सेव करते जाओ। ये चारों क्वेश्चन ट्राई करके आओगे कल। फाइन। कल स्टार्ट करेंगे हम लिंक लिस्ट। फाइन। लिंक लिस्ट के अच्छे क्वेश्चंस करेंगे। दैट्स इट। फाइन। सो अच्छा लगा, समझ में आई चीजें। यश, कथन एंड वैभव, कुछ
हाँ
यस
सर।
सर।
कुछ थोड़ा सा क्लियर हुई पिक्चर कि सोचना कैसे है, और सोचने के साथ साथ अप्रोच कैसे करना है, समझ में आया?
हाँ
यस
सर।
सर।
अब थोड़ा लग रहा है कि नहीं, चीजें समझ में आने लगी हैं, चीजें हो जाएंगी।
हाँ सर, बहुत सारा, बहुत ज्यादा क्लियरेशन
व्हाट अबाउट यश एंड वैभव?
हाँ सर, बस बहुत सारी प्रैक्टिस चाहिए और।
बहुत सारी प्रैक्टिस चाहिए होगी और बहुत सारा कॉन्फिडेंस। फाइन।
यस
सो
सर, सबसे ज्यादा तो कॉन्फिडेंस।
कॉन्फिडेंस इसलिए भाई, मैं कॉन्फिडेंस इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ ना, क्योंकि जब बहुत बार ऐसा होगा कि आता रहेगा और नहीं कर पाओगे, किया हुआ क्वेश्चन नहीं कर पाओगे। और लाइफ में होगा ऐसा, बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज ऐसे जाएंगे जिसमें क्वेश्चन आता हुआ नहीं हो पाएगा। वहां पे जो गेम प्ले होता है, वो गेम प्ले होता है कॉन्फिडेंस का। थोड़ा वो गैदर करते हैं, थोड़े क्वेश्चंस करते हैं, थोड़ा पैटर्न समझते हैं, और निकल जाते हैं अच्छी जगह पे। Fine. So that's all for today. Let's end this. Let's end our fourth day of our boot camp. Fine. And that's all. That's all, guys. Thank you for joining and have a nice day.